What's up everyone? You guys have been asking me questions on how do I edit my mobile pictures, what app do I use? So many questions. So today I'm gonna answer your questions by making my first video on how I edit my mobile pictures. I'm super excited to do this. So here I have one image opened in my favorite app, Snapseed. So as you open the image in Snapseed, you can see a bunch of looks at the bottom. For this image with lots of detail, I know something like accentuate might work. Let's also try some other filters. This is a little too much. No, not this. Okay, let's go for accentuate. So now I get into tools. As you open tools, you see a lot of tools that are available in Snapseed. Almost all the time, you can follow the order in which the tools are being arranged itself. Let's go to tuning first. So in tuning, I can change the brightness of the image, make it darker or make it brighter. I can change the contrast. I can adjust the saturation. Ambience, which is an overall brightness and increase in details at the same time. Highlights is the brightest area in your image, so it changes the brightness of the brightest area. Shadows, these are the dark areas, it changes the brightness of the dark areas. And warmth is the amount of orange or blue in the image. Very similar to white balance, but it's different. So let's start from brightness. I think this is a good range. Then I don't want to mess with contrast because I like the contrast that is already there in the image. Now I want a little more saturation to pop things up. Ambience, I'm keeping it 0 again because I like the overall brightness of the image. I want a little more white in the highlights. The highlights here are the sky. I want the sky to be a little more white. So I'm keeping it, let's keep it around figure 50. Shadows, again, like I said, it's good enough already. And warmth, because this is a evening sunset kind of image. The image was actually shot in the morning. It's a sunrise, but it gives more of a sunset feel. So I want to increase the warmth a little bit to increase the overall orange light in the image. So we're done with tuning the image. Now let's go to details. Details, if you zoom in, structure increases the details in the image, as you can see here. And next option is sharpen. So as you can see, if I go too high with sharpness or structure, it starts creating all these artifacts in the image. So we should be careful while doing that. Let's keep the structure a little bit like 5 sharpness. Okay, let's keep it down maybe like 10. Yeah, now the image has enough details. Curves, in curves we have the overall curve, the red curve, green curve, blue curve. The overall curve changes the brightness of certain areas of the image. This point at the bottom is the shadows, this point at the top is the highlights, and this is the mid area. So if you want to particularly change the value for a certain area in the image, you can do that by using these curves. And if you go to red, you can control only the red channels in the image to increase red or to decrease red. You can particularly control the green channels in the image. When you decrease green, it goes to magenta. Magenta is the opposite color of green. You can change the blue channels. If I decrease blue, it goes to yellow because yellow is the opposite color of blue. But for this image, I don't want to do so much of curve adjustments. Maybe I will come back to curves later at some point of time. Let's go to white balance. This is the temperature of the image. I will increase the white balance a little bit, very subtle. And now crop. I know that all my images for Instagram, I crop in a 3:2 ratio. So let's crop this image also in a 3:2 ratio. I'm using the guidelines here to kind of frame the image. I want the sun on the lower third point. Yeah, there. Let's crop the image. Yeah, selective is one of my favorite tools. Let's take selective. What selective does is selective enables you to change certain things only for one color range in the image. So let's take selective and take this color. So what you see in red is being selected. So you can see that none of the leaves or the branches is selected, only that blue color of the sky is being selected. So I want to increase the brightness of that area and maybe decrease the saturation a little bit. I don't want so much blue there, that's why I'm doing this. Now let's start applying some filters and see what changes does that make to the image. Vintage filters. I can look at what each of these filters is doing to the image. I like this, but let's see some other filters also. Let's start from the beginning. I like this, the feel of this. B01, let's keep a note of that. I like L4. Okay. I like X4 also. So I said B01, L4 and X4. I think I'll go for L4. I like the way L4 brings the red color to those leaves. But then now the effect is little too much. Let's bring down the effect, that is the style strength. Right now it is on 80. What I will do is I will bring it all the way down and then start bringing it up till wherever I like it. Okay, around 50 is good. And next thing is a grain. What grain does is add a film grain to the image as if it was shot on a film camera. If you increase the grain, you can see how the image is now completely grainy. I don't like very clean images. There should be a little bit of grain. That's my style. So I'll increase it just enough. Yeah, so now we applied the filter also. Maybe we can go back to the curves now and see what some of the colors can do to this. Let's increase a little bit of red. Yeah, good enough. Yeah, so I think we are almost done with the correction and edit of this image. So as you might have noticed, there is a certain way I upload my images. There is a white band on top and bottom of the image. To give that, let's go to expand, take white. I increase the white on both sides. I do that 2 times and then go back to crop, select the square and then crop it. Now the overall image is a square image in which I have a 3:2 frame. Let's save the image. There are 15 effects applied. Can you believe that? Yes, the image is saved. Now let's see the difference. This is the original image and here we have the edited image. Original image, edited image. So I'm going to post this image to my Instagram today. If you guys like the video, let me know it through my Instagram account. Thank you.